And here is the first position, and as you probably know, here it is impossible for white to win. Despite of his great material advantage, despite of the 2 extra minor pieces that white has, in this position there is no way for white to get any progress. This is a draw. If we analyze another position, probably well known to you, when white has the rook against the king. Here, most likely, all of you can win this game really easily. If this is white to play, it is mate in 2. You can play any move of the rook along the f file, and on the next move black will have to move his king in the corner, and then white will deliver mate after the move rook to f8. But the one thing that I want you to think about here is that if black could only skip the move and don't make anything, in that case there would be no way for white to get any progress. The rook itself does not have enough mating power to force the mate. The same situation would happen if white has a bishop and a knight against a lonely king. Again, you can win only because of a Zugzwang, because your opponent has to play the move. Without that, your pieces themselves do not have enough mating power. What am I trying to illustrate with these examples? I'm simply saying that in an endgame you don't have enough pieces, enough power to play for mate. This plan simply does not work. We have analyzed 3 situations. In all of them, white side had a great material advantage, like when you have a whole rook or 2 minor pieces. And in all these situations, sometimes it's just impossible to win, or sometimes it's pretty difficult and you can do it only because of a Zugzwang. This explains why in an endgame you should not attack opponent's king. This plan does not work. A lot of players do not understand that. They keep playing endgame in the same style like they played middle game before, and they suffer a lot. They face a lot of problems. Just recently I have seen the games played in one of the recent super tournaments. I don't remember exactly, and I will show you this game. And I have seen 2 endgames played by Russian Grandmaster Modelov. He's a very strong Grandmaster. He won a lot of international tournaments. Right now you can see his game where he's playing white. At the moment this is approximately equal endgame position. And now he's trying to play aggressively. He starts pushing f4, on the next move he's playing g4, and then he keeps advancing the pawns. We don't analyze this game in details, I just want that you take a look at the overall scheme of this game. White player is trying to create that pawn assault on the king side, which is a typical plan in a middle game, but in an endgame it's just not suitable. Moreover, right now white even sacrificed the pawn which is the main power in an endgame. Now white is just sacrificing. Black simply took that pawn, and in the future he won this game really easily. After the webinar I will send you the link to all of the games that we analyzed during the webinar, and then you'll be able to see the game until the end. It's not very interesting for us at the moment. I'm just trying to show you that a super grandmaster with a rating above 2700s play endgame terribly, and he lost this game, therefore, which is logical. Why am I showing this to you? Simply because I want that you understand this difference, that the endgame is different, it is specific, and that you don't fall into this trap. It's great for you that a lot of players don't know about that, because you will gain a lot of pleasant victories against them, right after today's webinar, when you will learn exactly what to do. Okay, that was, so to speak, an introduction. I see the new question from a student. He asks, when does the middle game finish and the end game starts? Well, a little bit primitive, but in very most cases a true answer is that after the queens are exchanged. Of course it depends on the overall quantity of pieces on the board, and it's hard to say a very specific answer to this question, but endgame is characterized with few pieces left on the board, and in most of the cases it's also characterized by an exchange of queens. So the practical answer would be in most of the cases just after an exchange of queens. Of course it would depend on a specific position though.